up to the boys. Fox and Shane, set your minds free, no locks and chains. Do what you love, roll the dice. 50-50, we cold as ice. One thing cold, but a pretty turn red. Can't let that go down in my head, war gaming.
Hey, what's going on, guys? You've tuned into the Hobby Homies podcast. We are your weekly tabletop podcast. I am Shane. I'm hanging out with Fox.
Howdy.
And, of course, we've got Churchy.
How you going, guys?
And I said podcast twice in the space of 5 seconds, and it feels weird.
Podcast.
Podcast.
Do you think zip up or zip down?
Zip. We should have talked about this before the episode. It definitely down. Holy shit.
Okay. Do you think down? What sounds better?
Oh, no.
Does that
Today-
top button actually have a slot?
Oh, it might.
This isn't...
I think it's zipped up with button done up.
Oh, no.
Oh, there is a button there.
No.
Yeah.
What if I just do the button?
You look like a essay.
What do you mean? I look like an essay, homie.
Essay. Essay. You're not hanging around city train station.
I knew what you meant. I just didn't establish the... What are we doing today,
Today
Shane?
we are talking about... We've picked a few Kickstarters that we are quite interested in.
Yeah, we recently discovered that whenever we run out of content, we can just regurgitate old shit.
We just look it up and we just... It's like a mother bird feeding her young.
Yeah, exactly.
Those
Previous
worms.
past us is regurgitating into current owls' mouths. And here we are.
Oh, why did you give me that image?
You started the image. You can't blame me for this, surely.
You said the word regurgitate.
You implied it. So today we are regurgitating. Yeah, we did this once before where we talked
Yeah.
about some of the top Kickstarters.
Yeah, back
This
in
is
like season 1 or something like that?
Something like
2
that.
maybe?
No one remembers.
No.
It's
Lost to the sands of time.
yeah. If it's not in the archives, it doesn't exist.
Exactly. It didn't happen.
This is slightly different to that. We're picking our favorite current Kickstarters.
Yes.
The ones that are on there.
They can be backed still at this very time of recording.
Yes, I made sure all of mine can be backed from when they hear the episode. Did you go that far,
Mine
Shane?
will probably have about 1 day left. No.
So you're going to
they'll
get this
have
hot off the
days.
press or become a patron and you get early access.
Absolutely.
And then you can kickstart the Kickstarter earlier. Podcast.
So I'll kick us off with the first one. So before we do that,
Yeah, you kickstart this episode for us.
quick shout out to Tiny Epic Vikings.
Okay.
I feel like I've been living under a rock because Tiny Epic is a thing.
Yes.
It's a big thing, right?
It's a tiny big
It's
thing.
It's a Tiny Epic big thing.
Sure.
And I have never heard of it before.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I found Tiny Epic Vikings and I'm like, holy shit, this is amazing.
Okay.
And it turns out there's a website where you can like enter what you are and it picks the best Tiny Epic game for you.
So you go to like Tiny Epic.
Oh, we haven't got time for that. do we?
Okay, sure. Sure. So, Tiny Epic. Yeah, okay, interesting.
Yep.
And it picks the best by Gamblin Games, do you know?
That's the one.
All
Yeah.
right.
We're not talking about Tiny Epic games.
Oh, we're not?
No, we're not.
You just wanted
that
to do
was
a
just
shout
an
out.
honourable mention.
Did you find them through Kickstarter?
I did.
And you... Okay.
I did.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't find the thing that you mentioned.
Don't
I can't be
worry
bothered. So,
My first game is called Broadside Empires of Steel, Warspite, Fury on the Open Sea. So
Okay,
it is
so-
a title.
immediately we need to hit up the developer.
Yeah.
Or drop something in the comments and just let them know.
It's too long.
The name's perfect. What? Oh, yeah, too long. Can you say it again for me? I just need to...
So
It's a lot there.
Broadside
Yep.
Empires of Steel,
Okay.
Warspite, Fury on the Open Sea. So this particular box is called Warspite, Fury on the Open Sea, but it is a part
Oh, no.
of the Broadside Empires of Steel.
Okay.
You hear
Wow.
where I'm going with this?
Yeah, it's not your fault. No, don't
No,
blame you.
thank you.
Yeah, it's not on you. It's on them.
You can actually, it's an Aussie creator, Ben Wynn.
We'll just go visit him and be like, Ben, you didn't change your last name to Lose because you did not win on that name.
No,
I don't know where I've gone.
His name he won on. That's
Yeah,
pretty
that's
good
true.
name, Ben Wynn.
Yeah, it's solid.
Yeah.
In fact, yeah, he can do whatever he wants.
Yeah. It's a naval game. I froth naval games. We've been playing Armada on the channel, of course.
Yeah.
I've been looking at others like Victory at Sea and Black Seas, I think it was called.
Yeah.
Anyway, but it's set in the age of the Dreadnoughts, which is World War One.
Okay.
So big ironclad battleships.
Right, this is right up your alley.
Yeah, froth it. It comes in two options. It's got printed home STLs,
Yep.
or you back the box and you get printed models.
Sure.
Some come pre-painted, some come not.
Unpre-painted.
Unpre-painted. Comes with all the usuals, rules, dice, measuring sticks and all that, but you come with cards with stats on your ships, which is
Cool.
great. Have them laid out in front of you. Firing arc system covering forward, broadside, and aft guns.
Oh, the old aft.
The old aft uses a point system to create a balanced fleets with ranges from 7 to 12 ships. So you quite a few models on the table for a war game, a naval war game.
Yeah. So it's a naval war game that you can just print out the ships.
Yep.
Download the stats.
Yeah, well, yeah, you get physical cards, and I'm sure you can get PDF cards too.
Sure,
once it's
awesome.
been backed. Yeah, 6 nations.
That's more than 4
It's more than 4. It's less than 7.
It is less than
right
7.
there in the middle.
of 7 and 4. Smack bang in the middle.
You also come with air support though, which is something that's I find kind of cool. So
Yeah,
you can
okay.
have like biplanes and stuff,
Sure.
and also zeppelins.
Yeah.
Zeppelins, dude.
Can you have an army of zeppelins?
No, you
I'm
can't.
not interested. Game's garbage.
But the fleet building, it can also be done online through their own fleet builder, which is called like a shipyard.
That's
which-
called shipyard.
don't look it up. So why do you keep going for your phone? Which I find kind of cool because like a game which is so sort of niche like this,
Yeah.
having an online list builder
Yeah.
where you don't need to go through Battlescribe or some
Yeah.
sort of after
Makes you wonder
third-party
why
process.
larger companies
Yeah.
with a lot more backing don't
Yep.
have such things.
Yep, like like the ones I think of now is like War Surge, right? Which is a part of the game.
Yeah.
that's the whole point of it. But like they've implemented it. These guys have implemented it. Why haven't others?
Yeah.
as well as these. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, I find that really interesting.
Me too.
Yeah, is it a rare thing? Do you think?
List building online.
Yeah,
It's rarer than it should be.
yeah,
It's absolutely rarer than it should be.
yeah.
I don't know whose fault that is, and I want to blame someone, so I'm going to assume Elon Musk.
Yeah, that's
Probably his fault.
or Jeff Bezos maybe.
Yeah, go after one of the big fish.
yeah.
Tom from MySpace.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah, right.
Nah, he's a bro.
He is absolute bro.
Yeah.
Shout out to Tom from MySpace. Honorable mention for you too, mate.
And it's got between 130 ships
Wow,
between all the factions.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
it's like a lot.
It's many. I'm kind of disappointed I couldn't find a whole lot on this game. I tried to look at finding the other broadside games.
Yeah.
But can't buy them.
Right.
The website has no options for a shop.
Sure.
So it seems like they released this bunch.
Yeah.
And then it's gone.
So maybe they're intending this to be the first of many long-winded names. So like this one's called this because they're already working on the second one, which is called
Yep.
da 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 da.
Many colons and hyphens.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
The last argument of ships.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
I like it, man. That sounds cool.
Yeah, like it's naval, it's World War One, which I just dig that era of warfare,
Yeah.
and the whole naval side of things too. So.
Yeah. Biplanes, not that their sexuality matters.
No, it doesn't. They could be whatever they like.
Yeah.
Like, there's also Zeppelins.
Yeah, there you go. I do love a Zeppelin.
Hell yeah, dude.
You know what's cooler than Zeppelins?
Nothing.
Nothing. But you know what's cooler than biplanes?
Everything.
Owls.
Yeah.
And so one of the games that I chose, it's not a game actually, because our Kickstarters will cover all tabletop things.
Yep.
This one is just 3D prints,
Yep.
STL files. So this one is called Owlkin
Mm-hmm.
by Epics and Stuff. Epics and Stuff.
Ah, okay.
Like
They've gone with
standard
the-
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not an and
Not an and.
or an or.
Or an or. Well, I mean, because that would be Epics or Stuff.
Well, yeah.
And they do both.
Yeah.
So that would eliminate half
Well,
there.
do you have both at the same time?
Owl. Kin. Case closed. I've won this argument. Can end the episode. So the first thing I like to do is when I see something as cool as this, which is little mini owl anthropomorphic
Yep.
STLs, bunch of different owls doing a bunch of different owl things.
You try to build an army with them.
Oh yeah, that's the second thing I do.
Okay.
First is I'm like,
Which one's
who
me?
made these beautiful
Oh,
ones?
okay.
I already found the one that's me. It's the merchant. So I guess this is the second thing I do.
Yeah.
So Epics and Stuff is it's just like a one-man indie team.
Yeah, nice.
Featuring a bloke named Lance.
Sick name.
Dope name.
Yeah.
I love Lance.
Love.
I love Nance. What's that from? Tropic Thunder.
Yeah.
Anyways, so he has done some digital designs
Yep.
for quite high-profile IPs.
Okay.
Like, are you sitting down? The Walking Dead, How to Train Your Dragon, Lego Jurassic World, and Star Citizen.
Oh, nice.
So, done some works.
Yeah.
Star Citizen would have kept them busy because, I mean, they're still going.
They're still going somehow.
So, after starting a Patreon in 2019
Yep.
with a little humble collection of pug idols,
Nice. That's sick.
so they're like just these little, pug idol bust STLs.
Yep.
He has since launched 6 Kickstarters.
Wow.
So the ladder's popping.
Yeah.
So you can either grab these Kickstarters as they come up or jump on his Patreon,
Yep.
sign up, and then you get your monthly files. And all of his things are just pre-supported STLs, which
Nice.
is awesome for those printing resin.
Yeah. Yep.
The Kickstarters were the Dwarves. That was the first one he ever did.
Mm-hmm.
The Dwarves. The Dwarves V2.
Oh, okay.
Shroomy Invasion.
Shroomy Invasion.
So the Dwarves were cool because they were like this. He's got a unique style. It's quite clean. There's not it's not super busy.
Yep.
It's not cartoony, but you know how cartoons just got a lot of not bulk details, not gritty.
Yeah.
It's that kind of vibe.
Nice. That's cool though. I like that art style.
Yeah, it's super fun to paint because
Yeah.
there's just like not tons going on, so you
Yeah.
can just focus on making the big panels or the big parts interesting.
Yep.
Having said that, like you look at the models and there's some deets. Shroomy Invasion was the third one.
Is that like mushrooms?
Yeah.
Nice.
All types of mushrooms.
Yeah.
The Tortles, which were turtles.
Yes.
Or tortoises.
Both.
Denizens, which was a bit more of a different take on his style. Mm-hmm. And now Alkin, which has gone back to that super cute,
Yep.
almost chibi style minis.
Yeah. That's sick.
So I think for about 20 Australian dollars, you get 25 Alkin
Oh,
STLs.
nice. Yeah.
It says 25 plus because as more people
Stretch
back
goals and
stretch
stuff.
goals, exactly.
Yeah.
So you can get STLs such as the Traveling Merchant, which is the one I like, Plague Doctor, Librarian,
Oh, Plague Doctor.
and
was
Grave
sick.
Digger. Oh,
Yeah.
they're all so sick. I should have got pictures. I don't know what's wrong with me.
I had pictures for all mine, but
Yeah,
I
you
forgot
mentioned
them.
that. Yeah, we didn't tee Churchy up, so he's just sitting over there with a little smirk on it, like you boys could add pictures. All you had to do was send them through. It wouldn't have been that hard.
Yep.
You can also buy physical prints of these as well through the
Nice.
Kickstarter. So Lance has his own little fleet, print fleet. So for $25, you can get any 4 of these.
Yeah.
I don't know what shipping's like to here, but they'll be later on his Etsy page anyway.
Yeah.
Now this has 20 days left
Oof.
as of time of episode release.
Oh, nice.
So from
Plenty
the
of
Sunday
time.
that this was released,
Yep.
you got 20 days. So
Yep.
it's already got 275 backers and a heap of different pledge levels. So if you like adorable anthropomorphic...
Has it been backed fully?
Yeah, it was backed. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. I think... I can't remember the numbers because I looked at so many Kickstarters, but it's well and
Yep.
truly backed. I feel like he only needed a couple $100 and he's maybe at 6,000 or something.
Nice.
Yeah. The only thing is I'm not really sure what I would do with these models, but I just need to have them.
Yeah. Well, that's what some people do, and like I don't know, you could make them for anything that you like.
Yeah. You've helped a lot.
Thank you.
Even for parsecs.
Even for parsecs.
I was thinking,
Or
you know,
5
that'd be
leagues.
cool for 5 leagues. You could twist some rules.
Yeah.
Any fantasy setting, really. The Root RPG, they could find a place.
Oh, absolutely.
Um,
Rangers of Shadow Deep.
Rangers Shadow Deep. They're quite heroic and chunky.
Yeah.
So I think they'd probably stand alone in a game if you got like some of his other models, and there are a few designers that do
Yeah.
Ninja Frogs and stuff. So maybe like a Burrows and Badgers kind of
Yep.
game.
Yep.
Lots of things, but I mean, for $20 to get 25 STLs, I just got to have them.
Yeah.
Scale them up, scale them down, doesn't matter.
Nice.
They're adorable.
Nice, dude. Nice.
So I liked it.
Going on backing level, the Broadside Empires of Steel, what was it, 28 backers, which is about 50%, I think,
Okay.
of its budget of $6,000 or something like that. It
Sure.
was nearly there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
quite early on, or was this later on?
It's about halfway through.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you could be the difference between this getting backed or not.
It could be, if that's your thing.
Yeah.
My next game
Yes.
is a game.
Good.
It's an RPG.
Oh, yeah.
It's called Household.
I saw
It
this.
is the world's smallest RPG.
What?
Apparently.
Okay.
So it's actually the winner of the 2019 RPG of the year. Winner.
We've got
of the
time.
RPG.
What's the time now?
I don't know. Where Italy? It's in Italy.
Wait, what? I said, what's the time now? You're like, Italy. It's the winner of the Italy of the Year award.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So it uses the Fortune's Favoured system, which I'm sure Ollie probably knows what that is. Yep. And instead of rolling a dice for high or low scores and comparing them, you roll special D6s looking for matching symbols.
Oh.
The symbols are the 4 card suits,
Oh,
ace,
yep.
clubs, all the others.
6 dice, 4 suits. Love it.
Well, there's a Joker side and a blank side. Joker side's a wild, blank is a blank.
Thought of everything.
They have thought of everything. 6 and 4. How can we make this work?
We need a team meeting, weekly team bonding retreat to really nut this one
Of
out.
course, yeah, absolutely, yeah. It's well and truly been funded. It had a goal of 28k and it is nearly 10 times that
Wow.
with a week to go.
So what makes it the world's smallest RPG?
So I'm glad you asked, Fox. It is set in the Regency era,
you told
of
me
the
too early.
early 1800s.
Okay.
You play as the Littlings, the little folk who inhabit an abandoned manor, sprites, fairies, boggarts, and the like.
Boggarts.
Boggarts, yeah.
I like boggarts.
Ah, this is where I wish I had that photo because there's awesome photos for this.
But you could have.
Thanks, Churchy.
What do you mean?
It's my fault. Everyone, I'm sorry. Everyone. You can choose between 4 races with 6 professions, which are more like classes, right? That's
Sure.
how I see them, as classes.
Sure.
And 30 vocations,
Oh.
which I see as professions, but I mean, word it how you
What
will.
do you know?
Yeah, what do I know, right? What do
An
I know?
RPG designer.
No. And with epic little adventures throughout the house, you battle against rats, spiders, centipedes, and more. But there's also friendly animals throughout the house as well. Mice, beetles, geckos, and bumblebees. And I would just love to have a little bumblebee as a friend.
Me too. I do. I actually have a few bumblebees as friends.
I got heaps at the front of my house.
Are they all your friends though?
Yeah, well, they don't sting me and I leave them.
And you don't sting them?
No, I let them just buzz around. Well, these are honeybees, but I let them buzz around and
Yeah.
and I put water out there too.
Oh, cool.
Bees like water.
Do you mean like, is that 2 separate things? Like the bees are out there and you put water out there? Or
I
do you
put water out there for the bees.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's important.
It is.
A distinction to make. Because I also put water outside
Yeah.
and have bees.
Yeah.
But it's different to what you do.
Okay.
What you do sounds
I got
like...
a little bowl and I put it out there with like where they hang out.
Have you seen a bee in there drinking the water?
Well, I don't watch them. What a freak.
How do you know that? Not a freak. Put some sugar in the water, dude. Come on.
Okay, sorry. I'm sorry.
What were we talking about?
We're talking about household.
Bumblebees, yeah.
Bee bumblebees. So this revolves around 3 core concepts, which is it seems to be good to avoid unnecessary dice rolls.
Okay.
You know, like you don't want to be playing a game where it's just like you're rolling for the sake of rolling dice, right? You want
Sure.
to roll when it matters.
Yeah.
But you've got obstacle, which is a physical thing blocking your path, whether it's a wall you need to climb or someone guarding a door or something like that. So
Okay.
that's your first obstacle.
Sure.
Turn your page. The next one is a threat. So that is a beast or a creature that's actively trying to kill you.
Sure.
And usually faster to handle than an obstacle,
Okay.
but a lot more dangerous.
Sure.
And lastly, conflict, which is when it may be verbal or physical, but it's when you actually engage that threat.
Right.
So I find having just those sort of 3 times where you may be rolling dice,
Yeah.
it's
It's
saves
like-
all the BS, right?
It's like you create the story. It's more story driven, I'm
Yeah,
guessing.
yeah,
You know, you're
yeah.
creating these scenes and these stories.
Yeah.
And when you finally get to something that you couldn't objectively talk out,
Yeah.
you roll the dice and it solves
Yeah,
it for
yeah,
you. And
yeah.
then you continue creating the story around those results.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. I like that.
If this sounds up your alley, check it out because the artwork on there is absolutely brilliant. I'm spewing that it didn't
Here's a photo of
do
the
my
artwork.
job. No, there's no photo.
Okay.
But it's got a scale of like the size of the little folk versus the creatures of the house, right?
Oh, cool.
And it goes right the way up to imagine like you've seen an elephant before, right?
Once or twice.
Yeah, that's how
Yeah.
big like a centipede is
Wow.
compared to you.
Yeah.
So you're this tiny little thing, about the same. Like if you're standing straight up, a rat standing on its 4 legs would be like head height to you, like size of like a horse, right?
Yeah. So I
That's
can
like,
ride
yeah.
rats.
Wow, they're evil.
I can ride evil rats.
If you can convince it to not eat you, then yes. But you can ride mice.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd love to
Yeah.
ride mice into combat against rats.
Against the rats.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would. How many days left?
Some 20 days, I think, at the time of that. So there's probably a week left.
Well, that's some terrible maths.
At the time of checking it, right?
Yeah.
So we've got a week now.
Sure.
And that was a couple of days ago.
Sure.
So it's probably at least 7 days.
So you got some time.
You got some time. Check it out.
Yeah.
Household, the world's smallest RPG.
Cool. Well, I too have an RPG.
Nice.
Oh, no, wait, never mind. This is a board game. I have a board game called Trailblazer, the John Muir Trail. The John Muir Trail.
That rings a bell, that name.
It's
John
a
Muir.
place.
Is it really?
Yeah, the John Muir Trail is a famous trail
Okay.
in the world.
You didn't look up where it is?
This is by Mariposa Games.
Yep.
Well, they're from Arizona. I'll check that.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. And this is their first ever title.
Oh, nice.
So
wow. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I was really surprised. I mean, I was surprised to see this do so well. It's 9 days from release at time of this episode.
Yep.
And it's got over 2,000 backers.
Nice.
And I'm always hesitant when I see their first project because I'm like, you never know.
No, you don't know.
But I mean, all the artwork for the board, like the components for this game, look incredible.
Yep.
So they've obviously done the production and they've done a really good job, so you can see what you're getting.
Nice.
Which is nice.
Yeah.
So, Trailblazer, the John Muir Trail, it takes place over the course of 12 days, aka rounds.
Okay, yep.
So you're hiking and backpacking along this trail,
Nice.
which is an interesting take on a game.
Yeah.
I've seen one like it before, and I forget its name, but it's kind of got this cool nature-inspired gameplay, which
Okay.
reminds me a little bit of Wingspan. I mean, the gameplay is completely different, but just the way of building your theme around something so passive
Yeah,
is
absolutely.
interesting.
Yep.
So you experience daily trail encounters,
Yep.
whatever they may be. You can choose to explore destinations along the trail,
Yep.
acquire and manage natural and personal resources.
Okay.
So you need to obviously gather stuff like any hiking trip.
Yeah.
You need to gather your own resources for your survival or for your personal missions or whatever. You can discover and observe the sights and sounds of the environment, which is actually an in-game thing.
Really? Sounds.
Yeah. So
Does it include like a DVD where you put the ambient noises on?
you've got a card that tells you what sound you hear, and you're like, oh, I do hear that. And you can adapt to ever-changing weather conditions.
Yep.
So you got to manage. It is resource management,
Yeah.
which is awesome. You move along the entire trail, all whilst wisely using the items in your backpack to maximize your experience.
Okay.
So you've got, I don't know, it's just cool to be a
So
game.
it sounds like a game where you won't die. You're not going to die.
No, it's like you're all trying to get points.
Yeah,
And you
yeah.
acquire those points from
So if you have a good time, you get more points.
basically. Well, I mean, if you maybe you can. No, I think there's like handicaps if you don't. Obviously, if you don't eat food,
Yeah.
probably a handicap. Not too sure.
Yeah.
But you can earn trail points in several ways along the route, such
Yep.
as placing workers on your tracks, collecting sets of field guide cards, scoring instantly with destination cards,
Cool.
and using your backpack gear efficiently.
Efficiently. Nice.
So, worker placement, resource management, backpack management.
Is it a Euro game?
Oh, well, I mean, no. But
Well,
yeah,
just
it's a
because
Euro
it's set in the,
it's Euro
you said
game
the
as
company's from Arizona, right?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, it's resource
Wasn't
management, worker placement.
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yep.
I think I was a little bit won over just by how nice it looked.
Yep.
How well it was put together. And the theme, I was just like, well, that's just nice. It's just a nice thing. It's the same way I play Wingspan.
Very wholesome.
We're playing, exactly.
Yeah.
We're playing against each other. We're trying to
Yeah.
accumulate points, but we're doing it.
Building our bird nest.
Which
Dude.
is, yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it had that kind of vibe about it. It's got
Yeah.
solo mode as well,
Oh, cool.
which looked very good.
Yeah.
Like, I want solo modes to include an extra stack of cards or something
Yeah.
that determines the AI,
Like an
not
AI
just
deck,
like,
yeah.
play against yourself.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So, anyways, over 2,000 backers, dope looking board game.
Yep.
First time developing a game. and I think it is a winner.
Yeah.
I think it's going to do real well.
Sounds
Gameplay
like
looks
it's gonna be
great.
good. Keep an eye out for it.
I will. I will.
You will.
I will.
Well, my last game is a short and sweet one. It is called Border Wars. This is set in the late 1500s on the Scotland and England border, which actually this rings quite close to home to me because my family heritage was on this border. They were these guys. They were raiders, like attacking traveling merchants and stuff like that, which goes way back in my family history, which is sick. I love
That's
it.
cool. I wish you were as cool as your family.
So do I. So the skirmish. This is a skirmish game, and it pits your clan against another raiding clan in a medieval turf war.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. So it's basically, this is your trail. These are your merchants that you pick on. Someone else has rolled in. It's like, nah, it's not happening, bruh.
I need those merchants.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, those are my merchants. You can't have them.
Meanwhile, the
so on and
merchants
so
are like,
forth.
no one can have this.
Why can't we just go home?
Yeah. So there's absolutely stunning miniatures, cavalry miniatures, and foot soldiers cast in metal.
Oh, wow.
And they also offer an STL pledge for printing at home as well.
Wait, did you say this was a board game or is this a war game?
It's a war game, skirmish
Oh,
war game. Yeah.
dope.
Yep. And the Kickstarter itself offers the 5 cavalry and 8 troops with a rule book, and they've got plans on releasing supplements and expansions and stuff like that in the future.
Wow.
Each player builds their leader, arming them with weapons and armor of the period, and uses a card system which displays your unit information and special abilities. So,
Tell me what I need to know, and that is, when does this thing end?
Border Wars, it ends. I do not know.
I'll find out right now because I want to back this bish.
There's one thing which I was sort of a bit unsure about.
Oh, tell me now because
It uses D4, 6, 8, and 10 dice
okay,
in the one game.
sure.
Now, I believe you use the better dice, the larger dice, the
Yep.
better your skill is.
Ah,
But still, it just seems to me where it might be like, are they overcomplicating it?
I've played a game like this before.
So, like, just because your skill goes up, you're now using the D6, it goes up again, okay, now using the D8. You have to keep remembering which dice to use when you're using it.
Yeah, sure. I feel like the aforementioned Boroughs and Badgers does that.
Possibly.
Yeah.
I don't know.
There was one game where it was like you chose your dice, something about crits, where
Okay.
your maximum. So it was like you could crit easier on a D4,
Yeah.
but
Do less damage or something like that?
but your maximum could only be a 4.
Oh,
Whereas
okay.
on an 8 you could roll a
Yeah.
7 or an
Yeah.
8 potentially. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, if that's like one of the only driving mechanics,
yeah.
then maybe that's fine. But yeah, if it's interesting.
It seems like too, like the leaders are not only are they good in battle, but they also can issue commands and orders and stuff like that to the other
wow.
troops, which can be an interesting thing to add. But it's not a unique thing for a skirmish game, but
Sure.
yeah,
I saw some dogs in the
could
pictures.
play well. Yeah, some dogs. Yeah, yep.
Some
How much
doggos.
time they got left as of now?
So it's Monday. Maybe if it's Monday, it's what's it, 5 days away?
Yep.
12 days when
12
this
days.
episode drops.
Yeah, and it's been backed.
Yeah, well and
Yeah.
truly, it needed 12,000. It's at 20. It's got 200 backers. It's from
Nice.
Glasgow.
Yeah, Scotland. Yeah, and they're working with Sarissa Precision
Right.
on not on the models, I believe, on terrain and other stuff like that.
Sure.
Someone else is making the models. I can't quite remember.
So you could also just get an A4 printed version of the rules if you wanted to go miniature agnostic
Oh, nice.
for 36 Australian dollars.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
that's printed. So
Oh,
that's
that's
good.
printed. Yeah, yep. They
Rules.
probably send a PDF. They usually do that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if you want like a print and play version
Yep.
of the rules and miniatures, so they give you the STLs
Oh, yeah.
and the rules digitally.
Yep.
That's $41.
Oh,
Pretty good.
yeah. Yep.
Miniatures. Let's say you want the starter set. It's $116. So that's on par
Yeah.
with all other boxed games. He reckons it'll be $160 after Kickstarter, so you're
Okay.
saving about $40
Yeah.
Basically free shipping.
Yeah. Pretty much. Not bad.
That's pretty good.
I had some. I had a time looking for through these Kickstarters. Right.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but I felt like using their website was quite difficult. It was quite
Yeah.
difficult to find. Just to browse, right?
Yeah.
It was kind of like, here's all the stuff that's already backed and doing really well,
Yeah.
and then here's stuff that was fun, like, you know, that was started yesterday has got no backers.
Yeah.
And I'm like, where's something in the middle?
Yeah.
Like, you know?
Absolutely.
I don't know. To me, it wasn't really user friendly. To be fair, I've only ever backed one thing on Kickstarter, and it hasn't arrived yet.
Well, do you remember what it was?
Yeah, it's the Big Four, dude.
The Big Four.
The Big Four. It's a book.
Yep.
It's a book, and it's about it's like a survival book. So it shows you the big four different kinds of like catastrophes or like apocalyptic things, right?
Right.
And it's like how to craft like fishing
In real
nets
life.
and,
It's not a game or nothing.
No,
this is
it's
for your
like-
bug out bag.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the Bible.
It's the Bible. Oh, there you go.
Yeah. So back to that. It's meant to be here in June, but it's been delayed a little bit.
Huh.
Yep. But to me, only ever using Kickstarter once.
Yeah.
Didn't find it user friendly at all.
It's not. I mean, I lived on Kickstarter for a couple of years, and I found it terrible to use.
Yeah.
You know, like they've got all the right pictures and interfaces and stuff, but yeah, it's
When you find the project, it's great. Like,
Yeah.
and especially if it's a good campaign, they've got some like awesome artwork and stuff in there.
Yeah.
A video and everything like that. Like that's sick.
Yeah.
But like to actually find the good stuff,
yeah,
it's hard.
yeah. It is difficult to get the full scope of what's out.
Yeah.
You know, you're right. Sometimes it's muddled. Sometimes it's like real top heavy.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're sieving through, and then like you'll get to like the second page, and like 3 projects in, there's like this awesome one that's super backed and super
Yeah.
popular, and you're like, what is this algorithm that you use?
Yeah.
Yeah. What was that? Oh yeah, just Kickstarter's hard to use. So you don't have to use it. That's why we do these episodes.
Yep.
Don't form your own opinion.
No.
Just take our regurgitation
Lovely.
and have it yourself.
Feast on the.
Let us know what
worms.
Kickstarters you have your eye on.
Yeah.
If any of these were like you've heard of them before and you're like, oh
Yep.
man, yeah, I'm all over that. You butchered that one. That's not at all how Border Wars works. It's way better than
Probably
that.
not. Household though is one that I'm very keen on.
It looks great.
Yeah.
I haven't backed a Kickstarter in a while. The last one I'm misregretting was the newest Root expansion.
Yeah.
But that was just because I got addicted to kickstarting.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's going to come out in retail. Maybe I'll pay a little bit more. Sure.
Yeah.
But I won't have to wait. I won't have to wait. But some of these are nice because well, I saw that last one you talked about who did Border Wars.
Yep.
Has done 14 projects before.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep. He's done a few games. He's got a website. It's all on there.
Yeah.
But it's all games set in that sort of medieval period.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. I wonder if he's used the experience, and it's cool when they sort of, you watch their Kickstarters like slowly build.
Yep.
Like the first one doesn't get back, the second one's that same one, but a few extra added things and
Yeah.
refined a little, and then
Yep.
bit by bit they build and they release these massive projects
Yep.
and they take off really well and they hit it. Yeah.
Yeah. Bloody ace.
So, yeah.
Yep.
That's our Kickstarter crap.
That is our short time on Kickstarter.
Yeah. Let us know if you find it usable.
Yeah.
There are some great Kickstarters coming up for 3D printed terrain.
That was something that was just like everywhere.
Yeah.
So many 3D printing Kickstarters. Like it's
Yep.
like just minis like everywhere you look, and you know, all
Yeah.
stunning. They're all beautiful minis, but there's just so much stuff on there for 3D printing now.
It seems to be the route that so many people go. They have a Patreon with their previous minis on there, and then
Yep.
whenever they get sort of like a new line,
Yep.
they'll save it all up, drop it as a Kickstarter to get that upfront money.
Yeah.
And then forever they've got those files there that they can put on their website, their Patreon, their My
Yep.
Mini Factory Tribe, or whatever it is, and get residual income. So they get these front-loaded things, and that's how I do it.
What do you think about larger companies or already established companies using Kickstarter? Like
Yeah.
that Tiny Epic Vikings.
Yeah.
They've got so many different games where it's actually like a generator to find the kind of Tiny Epic game for you.
Yeah.
Like, do they need it?
Yeah, so there's companies like Simon Games, Cool Mini or Not
Yeah,
Games, that just use Kickstarter for all their board game releases, despite having their own factories
Yeah.
to be able to produce half this crap.
Yeah.
There's companies like Leader Games that did the Root war game that still
Yep.
use it on their third expansion, despite being one of the most well-known war games there is in the board
Yeah.
gaming community. So
Yep.
it's one of those things where it's like, should they be using it based on the intention of the website? No.
Yeah.
But would they be crazy not to have everyone pre-order their stuff and pay in advance?
Yeah.
From a business standpoint, they'd be crazy not to do it.
Yeah.
From a customer standpoint, you have the opportunity not to support them doing it, but
Yeah.
everyone does anyways.
Yeah.
So it's one of those grey areas that as a business, they'll just live in there.
Yeah.
And I can't blame them for doing it. You
No.
could only blame the people for continuously supporting it, I suppose.
Yeah. Yeah.
But who's to say, it might be one of those things where it's like some bigger companies, despite the fact that they do have those massive resources behind it and could take the loss, should they take a loss if they don't have to?
That's fair. It all makes sense. Like, yeah, I absolutely get why they do it. It sort of just comes down to that. It's not even a moral thing, right? It's just like,
Nah.
it's not the intention of the website for a successful company
Sure.
to create something on
It's
there.
supposed to be crowdfunding to launch your title.
Yeah. So, I don't know. It's fine.
It's fine.
They can do what they want.
You get our crooked thumb up.
Yeah.
We're not sure. I mean, I'd do it.
It's like, yeah.
I'd do it.
Yeah, I'd do it too. Yeah.
It's like, imagine if they were like, hey, you can go and make this game. It's going to cost you $200,000 to produce. You might not make that money back.
No.
Or here's an option to have it all prepaid
Yeah.
and mitigate your risk.
And if you don't break even at least, then it doesn't go ahead.
Yeah. So which one are you going to do? And you'd
Yeah.
be like, well, this one. Like, oh, but you have to use this website. And the intent of the website is but it's helping you to kickstart this project. It's not,
Not kickstart your company.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Who knows?
Smarter people than us can have those discussions.
Yep. And make lots of money.
yeah. Making money, having discussions.
Yep.
Can it be done?
You can.
We'll let you know.
Thanks for watching, guys. We hope you've enjoyed this bit of a loose one.
Yeah.
But we always love doing these kind of episodes.
Because we're on the hard stuff.
We are on the clear liquid.
Yeah, we're on the vodka.
The water.
Oh. Yes, we love doing these kinds of episodes.
Guys, if you haven't checked out hobbyhomies.com, check it out. We've got links to all that stuff on there. If you can, like and subscribe to the video. It helps a lot with us releasing more content, battle reports, and all that kind of stuff. And of course, shout out to our patrons. You can join our Patreon for as little as $2 a month. You get early access to videos like this and our battle reports and entries into our Patreon only giveaway.
Yeah.
And our main giveaways too.
And your $2 over the course of a year equals $28.
$24.
And then all the taxes and stuff.
Oh, of course, yes.
So we get enough to buy us a 6-pack of beers.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Thank you.
We appreciate that.
So shout out to our patrons. We've got Burnsy, Whack, Final Dinosaur, MJ, Lethal, Moose, Penny, Gridlock, and Battle Maps Jack.
We've got Elko, Churchy, Rad, Ollie, Hockers, Aggro, Foggy, Bravo 14, and Big Roach. You can't get in on it, mate. It's mine. If you do, what do you got? That Battle Maps Jack? Battle Map, yeah, you can get in on Big Roach. In fact, next time, I want it to be you do the harmony, and I'll do the whatever let's do it now. Let's practice. And Big Roach.
That was all right.
Let us know in the comments if that was the best thing you've ever heard in your life. Peace.
Over.
Woo! Big up to the boys, Fox and Shane. Set your minds free, no locks and chains. Do what you love.